Almost all great families and all great businesses have rituals that they keep, certain traditions that they keep. You know, right now I'm in Vermont at Lake Champlain, which is incredible. Weather's high 30s, 40s, and we went for a walk early this morning. And yesterday we had a chance to visit a good friend of ours, Mehran Asadi, who's the CEO of National Life Group. They employ one of the largest employers here, I think the second largest employer in Mount Hillier, outside of the city of Mount Hillier, who work for the government. And we got a tour of the place, and it was very interesting seeing this place. And at the end of the tour, they brought a historian to tell us the history of the company. Think about one day your company requiring a historian to tell the history of your company. So initially we're like, okay, let's see what this really means. I mean, how often, I've gotten a lot of tours of companies. I don't get a lot of historians to come and tell me the history of the company. Well, they came up, and it was the most interesting thing. He walked us through. This company's been around since 1848. And he showed the first pencil that was used to write the first policy with a red ruby on top of it. He showed how downstairs they kept painting. They painted the picture of the first policyholder and the beneficiary. And there was a story behind it. They had a tradition that every time the CEO retires, they have a painting of him in the office. Think about it, since 1848, they've only had 15 CEOs. 16, one only lasted a month, but they've had 15 CEOs in 170 years, which means the average CEO stays there for 15, 20, 30 years. And have painting of him in there. The building is on soil from every 50 state because they're a national life group insurance company. And he's going downstairs and he showed us the vault that they had and why they created the vault in case something were to happen, where they kept the safe. So if there was a nuclear attack, what would happen? I mean, it was one after another, the stuff at the desk that the first 1,000 policies were kept. Why did all these things matter? See, 170 years later, a guy like me goes to it and is, blown away by it. But why it really mattered to me, is because if you're building a company and you have history behind any company you're building, from the smallest company to the biggest company, just remember this. At the lowest level, your kids are gonna love the history. My dad used to wear a pinky ring with blue stone on it. I have it. Why? My entire life I've seen him wear it. He gave it to me. It's mine. It has so much meaning to me. Significance, so much to me. And that's me as a kid, right? Sometimes people ask me, why do you create content? One day when my son or my daughters are upset with me, one day they're gonna sit there and they're gonna watch and consume the content. And they're gonna say, my dad's not as bad as I think he is, One day when, our folks out there are sitting there and getting confused about the concept of entrepreneurship or business, they'll watch Valuetainment and say, I never knew this kind of stuff. Man, this guy explains it in a different way. Everything is leaving a tradition and a ritual behind. So the next time you're about to throw away the first pen you use or an application or anything, just store them, set them aside. You never know. 50, 100, 150 years from now, a guy like me may be fascinated by your story. So take notes of things that could have significance and meaning one day and create rituals and traditions in your business, because they don't last a lifetime. They last multiple lifetimes. Have a great week this week, everybody. Take care. Bye-bye.